OK, let's get more now on our top story, which of course is Syria. A new video has emerged that appears to show Iranian nationals dressed in military clothing operating inside Syria and apparently working with government forces. Now, as with a lot of images from the conflict, it's almost impossible to say with 100% certainty where and when something was filmed. But the verification process is key to whether we show it to you on air. Well, let's go to the world's newsroom now and speak to Tom Donkin, who's been looking at some of the latest pictures for us. Tom.
Yeah, thanks, John. You know better than anybody that the conflict in Syria is very unpredictable at best. But one thing that has been constant is the realms of video that we receive here at the BBC that purportedly show places in Syria, people fighting, and it's a great challenge for us to verify and say whether for sure these are exactly where these people are saying this stuff has been filmed. We can never say totally for sure, but we can do our best, and I'm going to try and take you through a 101 verification process at the moment with the editor of BBC's Persian interactive service, and that's Layla. And Layla, your job is basically to look at this video that we get here and say to the best ability that it's actually where the person that's posting it is saying that it is. And for example, we can just look at a video that we have here that we received, and this is supposedly in Syria, and people are saying this is an Iranian fighter in the country. Mm-hmm. And when you look at video like this, what are the main things you're looking for to verify them?
Well, basically, when we look at a video, we look for key features in the video. For example, the Syria videos we received from last night that they said that these are Iranian fighters in Syria. What we have done initially was that we were looking for the words that people were speaking. So, for example, I could verify that the person appeared in the video was speaking fluent Farsi. The body language was the kind of body language that fluent Farsi speaker, native Farsi speaker can speak Farsi. So this was kind of obvious for us, and we could have verified that one. But there are other processes that we do when we receive a UGC material. Like, for example, we go and look for the history of uploader. What kind of person is that one?
To say how reliable they might be.
Exactly, and what kind of videos they have been uploaded, and have they taken lots of videos off and what are people about the person in the network or in social media, for example.
And you mentioned social media there, and that must play a huge part in your role in terms of what other people are saying, what other news organizations are saying. Is that what you monitor specifically to verify as well?
Yeah, this is a vital step for us. We monitor social media about the subject. These days, I mean, if anything happens in the world, people, which is important, people are speaking about that on social media. So, for example, last night videos we received, lots of people were talking about those through the week on Twitter. So we understood that the video is actually been there for a while, and then it was taken off from YouTube, but it was saved somewhere else, so it was uploaded again. So this information we could have get out from social media. Plus, for example, about the same video, people on social media were saying that this is not an Iranian fighter, it's an Iranian documentary filmmaker. So finally we couldn't verify that this is the Farsi speaker is actually a fighter or is a filmmaker or documentary maker.
Layla, thank you very much for that. And John, it's just nice to get an insight on how we actually verify the footage that we show on air and why we choose to show some and others we have to stay away from.
Yeah, Tom, really interesting, and thank your guest. I mean, fascinating insight just into the process of what comes into the building, but what measures are taken before it gets out on air.